fuck out of here. Who just fucking voted at the last fucking minute? Get out of here. What's up? What's up? Ooh, girl, my girl Tracy is here. What's up? That's your girl. Lolita is here. Thank you, ladies, for checking in. Tonight, you know, of course, we always start off with our celebrity drinking buddies. But tonight's topic is what makes a woman wife material.
Or if there is such a thing as wife material, where can we buy such cloth?
So I have my opinions on that whole thing, and I will discuss how we actually came up with the topic. So we are recording this also for our YouTube page. What's everybody sipping on tonight? We have some red wine.
We're drinking some red wine.
We drinking the cheapest of the cheapest. This was $4.98.
And we like it here.
And we like it here. It's gonna get us intoxicated. Well, not intoxicated. It'll get us a little tipsy.
A little buzz.
A little buzz. You know, ain't nothing wrong with a little buzz. This is Sip and Discuss. We have conversations that matter to black and brown folks. We sit while we discuss. So, should we wait a little bit more to see if let's cheers to a good night.
Yes.
We have our my brother in the background. He brought us some food.
Yes.
He brought us some food. You know how the ladies, we love food. He brought us some food.
Yes.
We are black women and we are loved and protected. He
Yes,
showed
we
us
are.
that tonight by bringing us some food.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate that. Make sure you ladies, you check out our YouTube page and subscribe. Last Saturday, our episode with the live event here. Once a month, we're at Drips, the studio in Absecon. We do monthly events, and last month, our event was Black Women Are Loved and We Are Protected. We had a spoken word artist, and we had a special guest, Rick Sean. He's a music producer. You can check out the first part of that on our YouTube page. Sip and Discuss is real easy to follow us, just how it says. Sip and Discuss.
Show them the cup. Show them the cup.
Oh yes, we have better
that's how you can find us. That is our exact name everywhere.
Sip and Discuss, and we have more cups coming on the way. And we also have shirts.
Who was that guy?
Girl, everybody been here in my inbox asking me who that guy was. Rick Sean is married.
He is married with 2 children.
Yes, with 2 children, but
he's happily married.
He's happily married, but I must say Rick Sean is Muslim. So I don't know how he feel about more than one wife. You know, he ain't telling me not, no disrespect to his wife, girl, don't come at me like that. But Tracy was not the first one to ask me.
Because we was getting hit up about who this guy was.
Who was Rick Sean?
What sect is it? Like, you know, for Muslim, for Islam,
It exists.
What?
I mean, in Islam, as long as you can afford.
Oh yeah,
To
it's
provide
like
all the
you
same
can't listen to like Americanized, like how other people be talking about. Like marrying 4 women, it's not like a luxury for you. Just I can have sex with 4 different women
to build an empire.
And the whole way that it came about was because men were going off to war and leaving, and they were dying, and there were more women than men. So Allah made it permissible for a man to have more than one wife to make sure.
At this point, move over, sis. I hate it here.
So Allah made it permissible for a man to have more than one wife to make sure every woman was being taken care of and had it protected. So that's why, and Allah says if you knew, then you would only want one wife. Because having 4 wives, and if you really handling your business the way you're supposed to be handling your business as a man,
You don't want 4 wives.
You don't want 4 wives. Because 4 wives is a headache.
1 wife is a headache.
I would say, I don't want to step on anybody's toes, you know, people,
Yeah, right?
Sounds like a headache now.
Sounds sounds like a headache. Alright, so tonight, at this point, move over. You said at this point, move over, sis. Girl, I'm in a relationship, so I'm gonna exit this conversation.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't have nothing to do with that.
I'm gonna exit this conversation.
I will say though that people were very interested in him.
Nice little guy. Dark Skin Brothers is winning right now.
Dark Skin Brothers always been winning.
What are you talking about?
Like dark skin dudes never, like I never had a dark skin dude interested in me. Like if I had, like I've been, like I'm attracted to dark skin men. Don't get it fucked up.
And I don't regulate. I don't regulate. I like all shades.
Nah,
I like them all.
I mean, I like who's gonna treat me the best, but like
can't lie and say it wasn't the Drake season. Like happened.
I like Drake as an artist. I'm not attracted to Drake as a man. Like I don't want to.
I mean, I was at a point,
I never was.
but I don't think he took over. Like you put Drake next to.
Morris Chest. I mean, next to Lance Gross.
If you put Drake next to
Lance Gross.
Lance Grove, if you put Drake next to the other guy that I like, Paradise Fontaine. Who know about Paradise Fontaine? Oh, but he loved him some black and brown women. That's all he talk about in his songs is black and brown women. You put Drake next to him, yeah, I'm gonna have
Look,
to.
she said dark-skinned dudes been winning since Tretch and Naughty by Nature.
Yes! And I was a little
This
girl.
is OPP.
I was a little girl when I knew they was winning.
That's not mainstream, though. I mean, like, mainstream, I feel like dark-skinned dudes are more in the, you know what I mean? Like, it used to be more of a thing, I think, to put, like, the same thing with, like, light-skinned, like, it used to be more of a thing to kind of put, like...
Does that microphone hook up to that one?
Yeah.
Can he have that microphone? Because I don't think they can hear it.
No, I guess you're right, though, because, like, Bill Bellamy was doing this thing back in the day.
Dark-skinned dudes have always been winning. Okay.
Now those points over.
Alright, so this is Sip and Discuss.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate that.
I am Michelle Mosley,
I'm Khalida Hunter.
and this is a podcast talk show that loves to have conversations that matter to black and brown folks. Every Thursday we go live, and once a month we go live here for the public at Drips, 134 New Jersey Avenue in Absecon. So make sure you come check us out. You could just turn it off when you don't, and then turn it on when you want to talk. Alright, so we're gonna get into our celebrity drinking buddies. I hope everyone voted. Tonight we had Michael Jordan or Allen Iverson.
AI, the answer.
So, if this is your first time tuning in, our celebrity drinking buddies, basically, you have to pick either Iverson or Michael Jordan. You pick the cocktail, and you pick what the topic will be. So, that's the premise of it. So, do you want to go first?
I will go first.
Okay, so who do you have? Michael or Allen Iverson?
If I was gonna bring a picture too.
You was gonna bring the whole
I was gonna bring a picture. Or, well, no. Listen, I've been a Sixers fan since playoffs of 2000. All right, 2001.
2001?
Yes.
That's when you started to be a fan?
No, that was the golden season.
Oh, 2001 was the golden
Yes.
season. Okay. See, I wasn't.
Yes.
I must have not been a true fan because I didn't know that was the
And
golden
I had my jersey. You know, that was the jersey years. I had my jersey. I had my fit. I had my A1s. I'm a true, real AI from the top to the bottom fan. Like, I'm an AI fan from the rip. So, of course, I'm going to go with Allen Iverson. I'm not going to slander Jordan.
You just did by saying you not.
I'm not. But I'm going to go with AI.
What's up, Sherelle?
I'm gonna go
What's
with
up,
AI.
Jamila?
We gonna have he from the hood. He from the hood, so he like some Henny.
He act like it.
He act like he from the hood too. So we can get some smoke.
And what's y'all talking about?
What we talking about?
Y'all sipping on Henny. Y'all
We
blowing
gotta
some trees.
We just gonna turn the music on and vibe. We ain't really got. We gonna talk about
Y'all
come
gonna
up.
fuck if y'all do.
Yeah, that's what it sound like when we leave.
Yes, because if you got Henny, you got the trees.
So maybe
and
I'm
you turn
trying.
the music on.
Maybe I'm trying to hit.
You're not setting the boundaries like conversation.
Yes.
Nah.
And you know Island is notorious for coming down to AC and taking him home somebody. Like, you know he is notorious for that. I know a couple of AC girls, pleasant little girls, he tried to wife up.
Nah, I'm not really a.
Yes.
I'm not really a like a groupie. I ain't really trying to sleep
Just
with
a
nobody.
little bit.
But I mean, we can hang out.
Now, did y'all know
Out.
that Allen Iverson dated Debrat?
Yeah, they just put a thing out about that.
Yeah, she just did a whole interview. And then listen, on the...
Bye.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
bi. I thought she was just
I
gay.
thought you were.
But she put out an interview, like during her interview, she was saying like she had to fight some girl because the girl like was like being disrespectful, came up to Allen and was like, "Yo, what's going on?" Like wanting to go back to the hotel room with him. And I was sitting there thinking in my head, like, if I seen you and Allen Iverson together, I would have never thought in the world
that y'all was together.
that y'all was
Like that's one of
homies.
the homies.
Yes. So she said that was her breaking point because she said everything else in the relationship was like good. Like they vibe really good. He spoiled her. She spoiled him. It was like an even exchange. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he still had that like the groupies and the. He has been.
Hey, Rich.
Oh, what's that, Rick? Anyway. Rick gonna be like, what the hell?
He gonna be like, I'm going back and watching that beginning.
I gotta watch the beginning to see why when I made an entrance it was a. Alright, so I'm gonna hit y'all with mine. Now this was hard for me, and I hate. Are you throwing kisses?
Tracy, I hate y'all. Messy. Messy.
I can't see communication. So.
You can look on your phone and look at the comments. My brother is here for everybody who tuned in. He is off camera. He brought us food.
Yes.
And we are going to talk. We're going to get into our main topic soon about men and women. What's marital
What's wife material?
What's wife material? But all right. So with our celebrity drinking buddy, we have Allen Iverson or Michael Jordan. For me, she picked AI. Now, you remember when we was little? I don't know if you remember when we was little. We went to that game and I yelled, I love you, Allen Iverson!
Yeah.
Like,
You talked about it before we went to the game. Like, you said I'm going to do that.
Oh, I did?
Yeah,
I embarrassed my stepmom. She was embarrassed. But, it wasn't that the same night, the crossover.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's funny because our brother couldn't go because he was in trouble.
Michael wasn't there?
No, Michael wasn't there. That's why one of the reasons why he went because it was only it was like 4 tickets altogether.
Oh well.
It was like 4 tickets.
Dreams come true. So, everybody who really knows, like I've been an Allen Iverson fan since we were little. I'm not big on basketball. I have 2 brothers whose whole life revolved around basketball when we were growing up. Hey babe, but we so I've never been a Jordan fan. Someone brought me a pair of Jordans. One of my exes brought me a pair of Jordans. I wore them once. They're the most uncomfortable, ugliest shoes in the whole world.
Which one?
I don't know which ones they was, but they made my feet look like they was a size 20. Like, and they was ugly. Like
I'm wearing some Balenciagas.
Yeah, I don't know where Balenciagas feel like.
Skechers.
So it was hard for me to pick because I feel like both of them is assholes. I'ma just come out here and say it. Like, if you know the history of Allen Iverson coming to Atlantic City, then you already know he banned from a couple casinos.
He is. He's a wild boy.
He's a wild boy.
I like that shit.
And then I used to work at Dave and Buster's. or he was walking out like he wasn't paying for the bill. Like they would have to call the NBA. Like he's just a wild person. I met his mom. He's a wild boy. So I'm just saying all of that. Maybe somebody will share this video with Allen Iverson. He could just like, come on our show and tell us the truth. Like maybe he's really, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on Instagram. I was all over his page.
He's like one of the very few, like I only follow a couple celebrities. He's one of them.
So
He does. He definitely does.
I wouldn't pick Jordan because he's an Aquarius. Shout out to all my Aquarius. I would be scared. But somebody said that they would pick him because they know the alcohol is going to be
premium.
But
his company gonna be whack as fuck.
You think so?
Yeah, like we're not gonna get into. Think about the type of trouble you're gonna get in with Iverson versus the type of trouble you're gonna get into with Jordan.
But I mean, it depends on like
some strippers with some big booties. Some strippers with some big booties, or we gonna be somewhere in a like fucking cigar club
with like a CEO. And
you
like
want to be around some strippers with some big booties, or you want to be in a cigar club?
I mean, it depends on what I'm trying to do in my life that day.
To further your career.
Nigga, I'm not trying to hang out. We talking about getting drunk, what we drinking.
But at the same time, though,
but you can learn.
Drama. Because J.R. Smith is coming.
Yes! I'm here for all of that. Listen.
Chris made a good point. Chris on here made a good point. He said nobody will find out with Jordan though.
Yeah, you're right.
Like whatever y'all do.
I'm just gonna go viral with AI. Fuck it.
She just wanna go viral. She like, fuck it, I
don't wanna go viral,
but do you think you can learn anything from Allen
Iverson? Probably not. He's not a dummy.
He's not, but he still seems like he's
very down to earth. Yeah. I think that he's still very down to earth, and I don't want to be around somebody that's like a stick in the mud. Like,
but at the same time,
Jordan is older than him anyway, and he's not.
Like you said, the company. But at the same time, all you're gonna hear is about how everybody wants to talk about Allen Iverson ain't a role model. And what Allen Iverson is gonna do, Allen Iverson in the club with, and if I piss somebody,
he's gonna be in the club with me. He's gonna be in the club like this.
Alright, so I'm gonna tell y'all who I'm picking, and I'm gonna tell y'all the results. I'm going with Allen Iverson, of course, because Jordan is an Aquarius. If I want to learn some business shit, I picked Jay-Z the last time. So I'm good at this point. I done hooked up with Jay-Z.
Yeah. You already done had the money conversation.
We had money conversations. Now we about to go to the strip club with Khalida.
Yes. We about the big booty strippers.
I'm not drinking Hennessy.
Down in the valley.
I could do I could do one glass of Hulk Hogan. Incredible Hulk. Yeah, what I call it, Hulk Hogan.
Yes. She might be making it up sometimes, y'all.
I would do one of them, and I would bring my man with me.
Right, because it's gonna be strippers, big booty strippers.
I would bring my man with me because I don't trust Iverson.
And it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none anyway.
Yeah, so we need him to go. We need him to go too. So I'ma tell y'all one.
I want the homies to hang out too, so we can, take notes with it.
Oh, that's my music. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all who won, and I'm also gonna read two of the comments from it. So Chris Mosley said, since he's here, he said Iverson is emotional as hell. He just gonna talk about his problems or hit the casino and gamble. Jordan will be extra VIP anywhere he goes. You'll learn something and drink the best liquor, hands down. Facts, big facts. Rick Shaw said Jack Daniels and all the stories of how he dunked the guys guarding him. Rick Shaw, who was you talking about? Because I don't even see
Jordan.
He was talking about Jordan.
Yeah, he had to be.
Yeah, he voted Jordan. So, an hour before this ended, Allen Iverson was up 60% of the vote. Now mother freakers. It's 50-50.
Half and half.
So
See, I
50-50.
I'm switching my vote though. If I
Put you on the microphone.
I'm switching my vote though, y'all kind of swayed me towards Iverson.
I'm just saying.
Cause like you say, he's not a dummy. So if there is some coherence there, like he might be like,
In the
yo,
beginning of y'all.
yeah, he'd be like, yo, what you wanna do is invest in. They
Yeah,
right to
yeah,
me.
but then once we get to the strip club,
it's
it's
over.
a party.
Yeah, it's
my
the
nigga.
best party you have. And it's not
Yes.
gonna be toned down
None.
at all. And like it could be a viral thing, which isn't bad because he's managed to stay out of prison and jail
Yes.
this long.
All
so.
this
That is a good point.
And he's been in the news for doing some crazy shit
Yes,
too.
he's a wild boy to a certain extent.
So he got enough. It's
He
probably
got enough sense,
It's because he got that black mama.
right?
and his mom was really influential in his career too.
It says Mike probably got some crazy stories on his run. We don't care about Mike though.
Yeah, I don't think he got no crazy
Mike
story.
probably got them like body stories.
Yeah, like some crazy shit. He got the type of stories that you don't want to.
You don't
wanna
wanna
be
know?
We don't want to be a part of.
Because you don't want to get indicted.
Yeah, we don't want to be a part of his story.
You don't want to be a co-conspirator.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be a
Like
co-conspirator.
you're gonna learn something about his past.
I don't
somebody
see him
else.
having no interesting stories though. Unless there's something that really happened with his dad, like they always be saying like the whole gambling thing.
Well, he did kick it, and he still kicks it with like Oprah and people like that too. So like he's got that side of him that's very, like you said, kind of coonish, but at the same time,
She said that honestly. She said it was cool.
my bad.
I'm just saying.
That's conservative for a black man, but at the same time.
What did Tracy say? I can't read. I agree with
It
Chris.
said Jordan. It said I agree with Chris. AI does seem like the type to get drunk and emotional. It says, and then Rick Sean said Mike probably got crazy stories during his run. And then Chris said Jordan is talking about money. And he definitely got some crazy stories.
Yeah, Chris picking him because Jordan's married to a Cuban now. So, alright, so are we ready for our main topic? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Can I get a drum roll? Can I get a drum roll? So tonight is what makes a woman wife material.
And where should we buy?
Well, she added where you could buy the cloth. I'm not interested.
Right.
I'm not interested in buying that.
I'm just gonna put it out there for the bitches that want to be wives.
Wiped up.
Yeah.
Why they gotta be bitches though?
I'm just saying.
All
Not
right,
bitches,
so
the ladies that
Aspire.
aspire. I wouldn't say that.
What?
The ladies that aspire to be wives.
Now the reason I came up with this topic is because Cardi B, our girl Cardi, she's going through a divorce. And as soon as she announced that she was going through a divorce.
I hate Chris.
What he say? Wet ass, laughing out loud.
Yeah, it's a wet ass pussy.
Oh. So as
Her
soon,
hand.
no, it's not.
Yes.
As soon as they announced that she was getting a divorce, everybody wanted to bring up that one verse in her song. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring. And then every guy wanted to make up a meme about, you see, she don't cook, she don't clean. That's why her man cheated on her. That's why he's leaving her. And it was just, it started to
Great.
Like
It
get
started to grate
underneath,
on me.
yes, like get underneath my skin, cause it's like, number one, bitches get cheated on in clean houses.
Yes, with full dinners.
On the table, ready to go.
Listen, even you women who cook Sunday dinners on Tuesdays,
He cheat on you if he gonna cheat on you.
he gonna come home hungry.
And that's another thing. They will eat 2 plates of food.
Right.
Trust me, I know. I've been there. They will eat at her house and your house.
Right.
Men eat a lot, and they will eat.
And he done burnt off them calories already.
Fucking her.
Right.
So, like that whole idea.
Trying to keep his caloric value up all day.
I mean, stress, you get get stretched from lying.
Right.
Thinking about it too.
So, and I also personally know women who keep their house very not clean, and they've been married for as long as I've been on this fucking earth.
Right.
They're not clean. They're not clean. They're women that don't clean.
It is.
And
some
they
women are just not housekeepers.
They're not housekeepers. I know women who literally eat out every other day.
And are married.
Been married 20 plus years. My mom, once all the kids was out of the house, like my mom doesn't really cook. My stepdad cooks. Like, so that whole, if you don't cook, you don't clean, or if your pussy's trash, or if your nails are not done, or you gotta wear this, or you gotta be that. I feel like all of that smoke that everybody's putting out there is coming from a bunch of fuckboys.
Right.
I did research. I read a couple articles, and the articles that I read, not one thing on the list. Like the one article I read was 10 qualities that will make you wife material. Not out of 10, none of them said anything about cooking and cleaning. Like, can you imagine if you really based who you're going to spend the rest of your life
Off
with?
of basic things that every single person should know how to do for themselves already.
Yeah.
You going to decide, you going to make her your wife. She's going to raise your children. She's going to build your empire with you just because she can cook and clean.
Look, Tracy says the only way to keep a man is having a man that wants to be kept.
Voila! Ding, 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 ding. And y'all be stressing yourselves out and trying to be like, first of all, you have to be yourself.
Yeah, first of all, being a pick-me-ass fucking female is like... You know what? Seriously, to be on subject but off subject at the same time, all these women that hop on here, y'all fall for the banana in the tailpipe with the post. Oh, is there any woman out here that still cook? And then here you go underneath of there. I still cook.
And
I still cook.
I cook every Sunday.
I know.
Like, bitch, don't you gotta eat? I would hope you do.
It's
Like, I'm
whole
confused.
interaction is just corny because I think it's just the people who don't have anything to project besides like I'm this, I make this money,
Right.
I'm this, not cooking.
Because
I
if
do
you know
this.
me in real life, you already know what I do.
Yeah.
You already know what I'm capable of. And if you don't know, like, I'm not out here advertising to catch you. I'm not out here fishing. Am I
Alright.
fishing for a man out here? No. Because you know why? When you start putting out those little things out there, like, because I do this and I do that, a motherfucker will pretend
Yup.
to
Yup.
be all of those things
Yup.
that you like
Yup.
to get you.
To get you. I've actually had that happen to me. Like, a guy pretended to be into poetry, pretended to be into meditation, pretended to be all these things and pretended like and I realized, like, talking to him, this was like a couple years ago, like, not a couple years ago, like when I first moved back to Jersey, like, I realized, like, he was studying
You.
my Facebook page and my Instagram page. Like, he
Look.
really.
She said, mind you, these niggas don't even be having their own kitchen. Right.
And that's my whole thing. Like, a lot of these guys that was leaving these comments and making these memes are boys. Like, guys that I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with anyway.
You're
Like,
not even husband material.
So, what did Rich say? Yo.
He pretended to like poems.
Yes, he did. He pretended to like my poems. Yes, he did. You know when somebody being fake with you, Rick.
Right.
You know when you can start to tell when somebody's not being genuine. Like, come on, like.
Because there's only so much enthusiasm.
All
Niggas
right,
lie
so-
every day, B.
Yeah, they do. All right, so this article, my first article source was from Natasha Adamo. And I'm only sharing like 3 of them, 3 that I like. I really, really like. So y'all can go and y'all can find her. She's on Instagram and she a white girl. And you can find her on Google.
Yeah.
The article will come up. 10 qualities. So the first one I am sharing is she doesn't need me in any way. She wants me. I felt like that's a good quality to have. Because why
Right.
would you want a wife a woman who's going to depend on you for her whole existence is what you can do
listen,
for her?
Because then we have some men who thrive in those type of situations who want to be a complete provider. And they don't want you to work.
But you can be, like, I feel like you can be a complete provider. Like, I don't want to work. My dream is to get married and be a stay-at-home wife. I would love that.
I never signed up for that shit.
But I also want to do the stuff that I love to do, which is write, produce shows.
So you don't really want to be a stay-at-home mom?
No, I didn't say mom. I said wife. That's two different things.
Okay.
I want to be a stay-at-home wife. I ain't saying nothing about stay-at-home mom. You can have your own rugrats.
I don't even want to be neither.
But no, I feel like but to go back to that, I wouldn't need to do that. I don't need him to give me that life. I want him because I want to be with him. If I really want to give myself that life, like Diddy said, a woman with the will and the work ethic, she can go and get it on her own. Like, I don't gotta be tricking off on her because any woman with a will and effort, she gonna go get it on her own. So like, yes, I feel like that's the key thing. Like, yes, a man can be your provider because that's what he wants to do. But he knows that he doesn't have, like, you're not with him because you need him to do that. Like, you're intelligent.
Right.
If you wanted to, you could go out here and get your own corporate job, or you could start your own business, or you could follow your own dreams. So I think that's very, like, I always heard a man is willing to give you more when you're not
with your hand out all the time.
Asking.
Right.
Like asking.
And that's
all
not
the
the
time.
truth.
That makes me want to spoil you. That makes me want to give you stuff because I see you out here grinding, getting it on your own. So that was one that I really, really liked. I really thought that was a good one. Another one is she feels comfortable being vulnerable. She doesn't emasculate. She doesn't make me feel less of a man. She doesn't try to belittle me. And she feels comfortable being that soft, sweet girl. And I feel like a woman who knows when it's time to be soft and vulnerable, and a woman who knows when it's time to, like, kick up a notch. Wife material.
It's a balance.
Yes. And that was you who put that, right? Chris had put, he's one of our studio audience members tonight. He had put, when we asked this question online, he had put confidence and balance. And that's another thing, like, being confident is really, I am learning that as I get older. Like, men are really attracted to confidence. I think men and women.
Right.
Like, confidence is like
a big thing.
A big thing. So she feels comfortable being vulnerable. That's number 3. And my last one with this one is, which is key on both sides.
Because I was about to say, as soon as she say it, what I'm going to say is, go ahead.
On both sides. She isn't emotionally or physically abusive, and she doesn't get off to drama. That is like,
But you know what I want to say? Like, I completely understand that, but a lot of people like to use the victim mentality. They like to be in that victim space because they don't have any other identity. So that is their identity. So they thrive off of the drama. They need that.
Well, they need healing.
They do. And a lot of grown people walking around here masquerading as adults, children in adult bodies, that they don't want to seek healing. And this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, like they have to. I feel like that is a really, really good quality to have. And these qualities that they listed, it's like you're really thinking about the person's mental health, physical health, spiritual health, their emotional health, how they were brought up. Like, these are things that you have to think about.
Consider when you're thinking about marrying somebody.
On both sides, whether it be a wife or whether it be a husband. Like you always say, cooking and cleaning, that's something we all should have learned at some point in our life. Now, wet pussy.
Listen,
now are you giving up all of these good qualities? This is only 3 of the good qualities, because there's 10 of them, and there's really some good qualities. So go check that article out. But are you giving up those good qualities? You have a woman who's emotionally stable. You have a woman who doesn't need you but wants you. So it means she's intelligent. She can go out there and get it on her own. She feels comfortable letting you, be the head of the house, being vulnerable when it's time.
But that has to be a safe space for you to even exhibit those type of things.
Yes, it's a safe place. So are you giving up all of that for some wet pussy?
Probably.
I need to hear from the men. I need to hear from the men.
Depends on where you are, because if you asked me 10 years ago, because I ain't really, you know what I mean? Like,
but as a wife?
Yeah, because I think age has a lot to do with this.
Rick Shaw said, hell no.
Because I think that's what we're talking about, like emotionally mature people, and I think that's a big thing is that a lot of people are looking to get married and do
He
stuff.
says, but Chris says, who says you can't have all that and wet pussy?
Yeah.
But
is wet pussy a requirement for wives?
Yeah.
Is wet pussy a requirement?
All the lists that I read in the articles that I read these past couple days, wet pussy did not make the list.
But
cooking and cleaning didn't make the list.
Right, because I was about to say that, Rick Sean, because me and Michelle just had this conversation. And we just had this conversation about how if everything is aligning correctly, it will be fucking Aquafina Flow about this joint. If everything is in line, the pussy gets wet. I don't know how a lot of vaginas get wet in situations where you're stressed out.
I mean, sometimes pussy just can't get wet because of health reasons too. You smoking too much weed and you drinking.
I don't know about that. I don't agree with the smoking too much.
And you smoking too much cigarettes.
It's like in general, the sex is good if everything is on.
Everything.
Yes, everything is
like
on.
We always say foreplay starts in the bank account.
Foreplay starts way before the bedroom.
Foreplay starts way before the bedroom. If you relieve someone, like Wale says, tell me all your problems, because I'm trying to relieve some. I'm trying to eliminate some of that stress.
It says it feels like a man can make his woman, wow.
Yeah,
I feel like wet pussy is dependent on a man's performance.
I believe that too.
So I just wanted to touch.
This is not to be crass, but I mean, masturbate at some point in time.
Right. Because sometimes all you have to do is orgasm, and then you'll come to your fucking senses like, wait, this is a lot lacking. I tell people all the time, once you start subtracting sex from situations, you realize that people lack a whole lot of other shit. They don't really have anything else to offer besides fucking sex.
Yes. And that's horrible.
For that for a while.
It takes people a long time to figure that out because you want those endorphins, you want that orgasm, you're chasing that orgasm.
And it lasts.
It's a drug.
Like after sex too, like you think like you laid up
the
with
high
somebody for like an hour or two, just
the high.
Yeah,
I don't lay up.
Okay, so I also read an article, How to Make Him Fall in Love with You in 8 Easy Ways. This is by Atlanta Black Star. So this is black people. And I actually tagged them earlier. What you saying very true too, Chris. So my whole thing is, the question I wanted to ask y'all also, is falling in love just the next, like, if I make a man fall in love with me, which I didn't like a lot of these things on here. Like, I'm not even going to give y'all the ones that I didn't like because I was just, like, irritated by this list, like, how to make him fall in love with you. And some of the stuff was just, like, rubbing me the wrong way. But I will share one. It was, like, give him his space. I do believe that because I'm a Pisces. Reveal less. I didn't like that one. Like, the first two on the list, I felt like was playing games. Like you're playing games with someone. So that's how I was like, well, is it because you're just trying to get the person to fall in love with you? And is falling in love, does that equate to like getting married? Like, can you make someone fall in love? Men can fall in love with you and then still decide not to marry you. Is this right?
Right.
Okay, I want to know, comment, y'all. Gentlemen, comment. Ladies, y'all can comment too, but I really want to hear from the guys. Like, have you ever fallen in love with a chick and then, like,
didn't marry her?
That's so sad. My God. And then I'll tell you the ones that I liked. I liked listen to him. I felt like that was a good one. Give him space. And there's 8 on here. You can go to Atlanta Black Star to read the whole article. But what were you going to say, Khalil?
I just wanted to touch on when the term like wife material and wifey actually came out. It was coined and really coined in 2000 when Next came out with wifey. And according to the Urban Dictionary,
Can I tell you something?
Go ahead.
Plug. I have a whole poem called Wifey on my YouTube page. And you can also follow me on Facebook. The Hood's favorite female poet. I got a whole poem called Wifey. So you claimed him as your property. But go ahead.
So basically the Urban Dictionary says a real lady and not your only, but your favorite. And it says different from those hood rat chicks is basically what they consider a wifey or wife material. Which I feel like that's like trying to, what do they call it? Getting the milk before buying the cow.
Oh, yeah.
Like you want somebody to do all of these wife things.
But I feel like those,
right.
Yeah,
right.
But I feel like those men haven't arrived at the men at a man's status.
Set the standard for like what men think, especially for black men, because I always feel like it's like that more like alpha, yes, but like hood alpha, like opinion seems to like like resonate more sometimes. Like in that sense, like so wifey becomes definition when we say it's not a hood rat chick. Like who thinks of it in that term? I mean, like maybe I don't deal with
because I guess it's wherever you. It's just a form of urban vernacular. This is from the Urban Dictionary. Yeah. This is not from. This is the hood shit.
Yeah, they don't use that term in suburban areas.
They just call him a girlfriend.
A girlfriend. And a wifey to me is the lowest of the lowest in my personal opinion. A wifey gets so disrespected. She puts up with anything. But I feel like men who use that terminology and women who accept that terminology, they just haven't. No. I won't say they will never get married because I was at some point a wifey. I was at some point in my life. It's called growth.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's called growth because at some point in my life I was okay with the boyfriend that was the hood celebrity that everybody knew, like, or everybody know him, and everybody knew he had a side chick. I found out a little late in the game, but everybody knew he had a side chick, and then everybody knew that
not the only one, but the favorite one.
I was his wifey. I was the one he actually had an apartment with. I was the one he actually came home and spent the night with. And at that point in my life, because I was in my early 20s, I thought that was golden. I thought that was acceptable. Like once I got that title, it was like, okay, at least I got that title. So what, he cheats on me, but everybody knows I'm wifey. And I remember the night that I wrote Wifey, the poem, Oh, it's called The Title, actually. It's called The Title. It's not called Wifey, but it's about being a wifey. The night that I wrote that poem, it was like I was having an out-of-body experience. Like I was watching this girl in the club run up on her boyfriend because she found out that he was there and he was all over this other girl. And she kept saying, this is my fucking property. This is my man. And I kept thinking like, this is the dumbest shit ever. Like, you're in here making a fool out of yourself. But I had been that shit. And I slowly began to wake up. So I wouldn't say that those type of people will never be married. I just feel like those people, the men who want to call you wifey, the women who want to accept wifey, the men who want to get online and make comments and say, well, if Carly she would have cooked and she would have cleaned, she would have still have her marriage. Those, I feel like the people, they just haven't reached a certain maturity level.
Right.
They haven't grown enough. We all have room for growth. There is always room for growth. Like, I am totally different from who I was in 2013. Who I was when I was 21 years old. Like, I am completely a different woman. I don't even accept or tolerate the same shit that I accepted back then. Hopefully, I hope I don't. But yeah, so like that whole wifey thing, I just feel like fuck boys are using that.
I feel like wifey is a term used to keep you kept, to hold you, but not hold you. At the same time, to have you, but not really. Like, I got you to a certain extent, but I don't want to put you on no paperwork.
But that's their own insecurities and their own growth. Like their own lack of growth. When a man reaches a certain level in his life and he knows what he wants out of life and he knows his purpose in life, that's when I feel like he's ready to build his kingdom.
Right.
And his kingdom can't have a wifey in it. A wifey is not mentally, emotionally stable. She doesn't know who she is, because if she did, she wouldn't even accept the term wifey. So once that man gets to that certain level, that's when he starts to look for some of the qualities that we stated on this first paper. Like, she doesn't need me, she wants me. She isn't abusive emotionally or physically. She knows how to handle her emotions. That's a different man from a man who say, oh, her pussy gotta be wet. She gotta clean the house. Her toenails gotta match her bag. Like, that's a fuck boy.
That is though. That's why I said I don't think that.
Can they hear him on here?
I think so.
Well, I think a dude's like J.R. Smith. Like, I brought up that name before for a reason, because it's like there is that dude who, on paper, has a lot.
Right.
You know?
And I know guys like that. Who
That are still fuckboys.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Who
that's
on
because they haven't
They
mentally.
look fucking stellar.
Yeah.
On paper, you would be like, yes. And me and him had this conversation before about that, and I was like, the sad part is, I
Who,
said,
you and JR?
No, the guy that I know. And I was just like, it's sad. I said, because these women are fans, because they don't really know you, but on paper, shit looks fucking stellar. I said, so you gonna have women throwing pussy at you regardless, like whether or not you're a dickhead or not.
Yeah.
I said, but the difference is are any of those women really quality women? Are they really women that you really want to be with? And I mean, if that's what you want to do, it's a lonely road out there.
That's, you see, like, emotional growth. Like, you have to get to a certain point where you want something more than that, and you always kind of have that on paper and that kind of persona and vibe about you, because you know, like, I can attract this type of, woman.
Yeah, but you don't have no intentions on doing right by that woman.
Well,
And that's the sad
and
part.
what we here at Sip and Discuss, like, we truly believe that this is why we like to have conversations like this with Black and brown folks. It's like, because we really believe discussions and talking with each other is going to help heal. And I feel like a lot of men and women are lacking healing. We weren't shown properly how a relationship is properly supposed to be or how marriage is supposed to be. Like, you have a lot of guys out here who are grown men now who were raised by uncles that weren't taught properly, or fathers who didn't have their father and didn't see their mother together. So I feel like a lot of it has to do with growth and healing. Like
Tracy said, wife is basically a chick who performs wife duties without the official title. So basically it's like when your job has you doing some shit outside of your job description without the extra pay, same shit.
Yeah, and I just think it's two people, like I said before, like two people who mentally haven't matured enough, because you're accepting being called wifey and he's accepting calling you that. Like it's both places y'all both mentally have not grown. And I feel like I can honestly say that because I was that chick. I had not mentally arrived. I hadn't grown enough to realize, like, listen, the stuff
that's
you put up, it's the stuff that you put up with, how he treats you, and all you basing it off of is because you have this hood glamorized title. Like, that's what it is. It's just like being hood rich. Like that hood rich mentality. Like you can't go outside of the hood and equal. It won't equal the shit.
To anything.
It don't equal the shit.
Nobody gives a fuck about who you were. Nobody cares about your high school popularity or like, you know how they say the old nigga that used to have it. That's what you turn into.
Yeah.
The old nigga.
And that's so sad.
And that's so sad.
But I also would like to say before we close out, we also need to normalize making your marriage work
for you. Whatever works in your marriage, who the fuck are we to tell you that ain't how you do marriage? Maybe that's why your shit won't work out and other people ain't.
Yeah, but I think the core things when it comes to marriage is just really both of y'all need to come in as whole people.
Yes.
That is something that is important. That is something that is important. Y'all both need to be mentally whole and stable. Like, you need to have your own self-love.
Yes.
You need to be alone. Because if you don't want to be alone with yourself,
how the fuck do you want me to be alone with you?
That's the only thing. Now, anything outside of that, whether you want to add people to your marriage,
like whatever else y'all like to do,
that's up to y'all. You could have a wife that don't cook
or clean. Maybe you gonna get her a chef. Maybe you gonna get a fucking. Cause I'm telling you,
or maybe you got enough money where y'all get a housekeeper and y'all eat out.
Right. Normalize women not fucking doing the shit that y'all think should be a woman's fucking job.
I just say normalize what type of marriage is going to work
for you.
Stop trying to fit your marriage and your partner into a box just because society says this is how marriage
is supposed to be done.
No, this is somebody you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with.
And you hope that you live a long time.
Yes, and have fun with each other. Like, y'all gotta do what is gonna make y'all happy. And everybody don't need to be all up in y'all business. Like,
that's the big thing too is.
Yeah, and it's always the people that ain't got nobody.
Developing that privacy.
Right.
Yeah.
People that don't have it or ain't never been where you've been at be the main ones trying to tell you how to do what you need to be doing for you.
And another thing, we both talking, neither one of us is married, but we don't write some articles. And my mom been married for 20-something plus years, and she tells me.
I was engaged twice. So
she tells me
I called off both.
She tells me that one thing people have to realize about marriage is that it sounds cliche, but it's so very true, is that marriage is work. And there are going to be times where you fall out of love with that person. Like, you've been with somebody for 20 years. It's not gonna be this like y'all woke up with each other all the time like that. Like y'all woke up with each other like from the first time how y'all was when y'all first met. So my mom said what you have to ask yourself when you fall into those moments is this person worth working with, fighting for? Let's go to counseling. Let's get back to doing some of the things that we used to do to make ourselves, get back to where we are. My mom is about to celebrate her 26th anniversary. They're getting remarried and everything. And they haven't had the perfect marriage, but they did the work. And that's another thing that I had wanted to touch on was just like our generation it's just so easy to get a divorce. And I think if we would step back and we would make marriage work for us, leave everybody else out, and then just do the work, marriages might last a little bit longer. No marriage is perfect, and it can't be what everybody else wants it to be. It has to be what you and your partner wants it to be. Is there anything else? Anybody want to say anything else?
That's it, because we get ready to, our lives is getting ready to go off. And we just thank y'all for tuning in tonight and putting in y'all input. We appreciate y'all.
Yes, thank you. We'll be back here next Thursday. And don't forget, October 24th, we are back here at Drip, 6:30 to 11 p.m. I think the time is.
It's getting later and later.
Yes, it is getting late. But
right, it's both putting in that work, right?
yes, both putting in that work. But thank you guys for hanging out with us. I hope we see you back here next Thursday. We know we're going to have our celebrity drinking buddies. If y'all have a topic that y'all would like us to touch on, hit that inbox. Let us know what y'all want to talk about. And meet us here October 24th. It's going to be live. We got a DJ. We're going to have alcohol. And we're going to have...
we got a whole cocktail lady.
And we got a cocktail host. Yeah, she's going to have them specialty drinks for you and everything else. But thank you to Chris. Shout out to Chris.
Shout out to Chris for bringing us some food and joining in with our conversation. We are Black women and we are loved. Yes.
Peace. Loved and protected.